Hello everyone, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Muftau Nabila Adla. The National Sports Authority, they have dissolved the Ghana Boxing Authority interim board and they are set to reconstitute another one following the death of Ghanaian boxer Ernest Akushi early on this week. The National Sports Authority, they have released a statement and that statement was signed by its Director General, Yao Ampofo-Ankra. And this is what we have on our screen right now, where it says that the National Sports Authority, in consultation with the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, acknowledges with appreciation the service and the contribution of the current board of the Ghana Boxing Authority, GBA, to the development of the sport. It goes on to say that, as you are aware, your tenure officially ended a few months ago and was extended by the Director General of the NSA for additional 30 days, which elapsed, also ended on August 2025. So in line with the ongoing reforms and the aftermath of the recent developments, the authority has resolved to conclude the mandate of the current board. Accordingly, a 9-member interim management committee, IMC, will be announced. And in fact, just a couple of minutes ago, the Minister of Sports and Recreation ended a meeting with some members of that board. And some of the pictures I saw the likes of Azuma Nelson in there. There was also the former chairman of the Ghana Boxing Authority. Let's go on the phone and speak to the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Yao Ampofo-Ankra. Mr. Ankra, thank you very much for your time this evening. First of all, let's have an appreciation of why you've ended the tenure of the current board of the Ghana Boxing Authority.
Hi, Muftau. Good evening.
Good evening, Yao.
Yes, I think you've spelled out in your introduction most of what, we're hoping to do. Obviously, the reforms are designed to strengthen medical, technical, and of course, regulatory procedures, which we've been shadowing. We've been helping the remnants of the former president, Kote Nikwe's remnants board. Some of them were not active, some had resigned, others were just not allowed to have divergent views. And the idea was that they would help us put things together. And we've been on this for some months, on the quiet, working in the communities, in the boxing ecosystem, stakeholders engagement, orientation, just to bring everybody together at one table. And that has proven to be a huge challenge. Not forgetting that boxing in Ghana has a rich history, and its rough edges has actually given Ghana boxing an edge when it comes to, some international world title fights in the past. But that rough edge, or those rough edges, are exactly what is causing us a lot of problems, and we need to tackle it once and for all. It's not a one-month exercise. It's not a few-month exercise. It's a process that will take years, because it's taken years for us to get to where we are. So, yeah, and we have to take very firm, hard decisions.
The board you've just dissolved, the board you've just dissolved, what were some of the things, their terms of reference? What were they supposed to do that they've not been able to achieve, that you think that dissolving them and putting in another 9-member interim management committee, they will be able to achieve those? What were they supposed to do that they haven't been able to achieve?
Yes, as I said, this is not a 1 month, it's not a 6 month, it's not a 1 year project. This is a process that has to be ongoing. We need to keep changing and moving ahead. The plan is to change the ecosystem of Ghana boxing to match up with international standards. So if we have the vehicle and we don't have qualified drivers, we need to make sure that we put them in the position to drive that vehicle to its destination. So that is a process in itself. And at the beginning, the idea was to get in as much intelligence, as much information, deal with the boxing ecosystem, the boxing people. They had a suspicion that NSA, Yampo Fankra, external people are coming in to take boxing away from them. So in the first place, we have to get the understanding that that is not the case.
I'm not sure you got my question. My question is, what were they supposed to do that you think they have not done and that a new committee would be able to achieve that? That's the question.
Tighten the measures that have been put in place, which include, as I mentioned in my opening, the medical, the technical, and other procedures, protocols before fight. It's been done, but it's loose, and we've had challenges. In order to tighten them, we need to ensure that this time around, we have people who've had the experience over the years and who can also show us the mechanisms beyond what we've seen being done so far. And we've had this repeatedly. We've had this conversation over and over again. It's time to actually go deeper and say, you know what? Let's pause. Let's halt. Let's find out exactly what happened, especially with the last fight. If it has nothing to do with boxing and the post-mortem comes out, let's continue, but with the protocols tightened. If it is related to the fight that the boxer had 10 days earlier, we'll know how to, again, tighten the protocols even further. But we can't take the risk and say that, well, let's continue and hope that nothing bad happens. We can't be that irresponsible. And I know a lot of people, there's a backlash, especially in the communities in which they were looking forward to this fight. But we need to take the responsible, the hard, tough decision to pause and make sure things are very tight before we can have a professional boxing bout in Ghana.
Was the NSA aware that there was going to be a fight on September 12th?
The NSA has a calendar of upcoming fights. And
were you aware there was going to be a fight on September 12th?
Oh, yes.
You were aware?
We were aware.
And following what happened in March, did they insist that the recommendations from the Amakai Amatefield committee report were followed before they were granted or allowed to sanction a fight to happen?
Yes, so the procedures to which led to that sanctioning was done by this ad hoc committee, the remnants of the committee of the GBA board.
You are referring to the board you just dissolved, right?
Yes. And the tightening means that we need to take full control rather than shadow and guide them. And the medical procedures, the reports we needed to have to advise us to take the next step, we were told on record that they have not. Aite Powers has not gone through the process. So being granted provisional green light means that you still need to go through the process and submit these the medical reports before the fight. And that had not been done. And the medical officer told us clearly that with the short time remaining, this will not be possible.
So in essence, Aite Powers' fight will not happen this weekend?
Oh, no. We've suspended all professional boxing activities until further notice.
Is suspension the solution?
It is the surest way to ensure that we do not leave any stone unturned. If indeed we've left some stones unturned and we've dropped the guard whichever way, whether it is the protocols before the fight, whether it is during the fight, whether the fight should have been stopped earlier, or whatever after the fight, post-fight care by boxers who are supposed to look after themselves with the supervision of people in the system. If all of these have been done and yet we have boxers who are put in danger, then we need to tighten up further.
Any idea as to when this suspension would be lifted for boxing? Because there are people, talents within the area who need opportunities. And if you say that you are going to suspend the activity without any timelines, their preparations, their training and everything will also be halted.
So that is why the clarity needs to be put out there, and in due course, we will engage further. The fact of the matter is that training schedules will be allowed to continue. When we say boxing activities, it is the professional bouts that specifically need to go through these mandatory protocols, especially the medical testings, which have not been tight enough. Very, very important to make sure that boxing continues, but make it even safer. If it is 80% safe now, if it is 90%, that is not good enough. We have to be 100% sure before we get into the ring.
Okay, sure.
If anything happens, when all these protocols and all the right things have been done, then we can say everything that could have possibly been done was done. But if we're not sure of that, and the process that was started, there are loopholes still because these people perhaps have some shortcomings, whether it is training or any other reason, I don't see why we shouldn't take the responsible decision to suspend professional boxing until further notice.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we appreciate your time. Yaw Mpofankra is the Director General of the National Sports Authority, speaking to us on Prime Sports, says that all boxing or professional boxing activities, they've been suspended until further notice. Let's do some football stories now, where Ghana Black Princesses, they are wrapping up preparations for the second leg of their World Cup qualifier against Tunisia. My colleague Lawrence Beidou has details in this report.
Preparations for that second leg against Tunisia continues for the Black Princesses, who are still chasing an 8th successive qualification to the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. You can remember that from last weekend, the Black Princesses beat Tunisia by 2-0, meaning that they go into that game on Sunday boasting an advantage. All players who played in the first leg are available, with some few additions, including Latifa Musa, who has also joined the team in Accra. Sanai Serebo, who also missed the first leg in Tunisia, has also rejoined the squad for that final preparations ahead of the game against Tunisia. For head coach Charles Sampson, it will be something impressive to lead the team to another World Cup. But then he wants to take it game by game, with 2 more qualifications ahead of them should they go past Tunisia.
To mean a lot. It's my first time with this project, and I believe in it very, very much. Very, very clear objectives I got from the FA to qualify for the World Cup. The Princesses has a very good history in that, so our aim is also to be able to qualify to the World Cup, yes.
The players are well equipped, they are well prepared, and they are getting into their mentality, even in the absence of someone as crucial as Comfort Yeboah.
We are preparing very well, and the coaches are also doing their bits to help us get the win at home. For us, her absence is a motivation for us to do well and make her proud and give her the assurance she has a good backup.
Like Obianya perfect, but the coach is in the
We are not perfect. We are learning from what the coaches are teaching us. This is a different squad, and we are well prepared to make Ghanaians happy again.
Ghana's Black Princesses hoping to qualify for another FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, and they are led by Coach Charles Sampson, and he's hoping he'll be able to do that. The job the likes of Yusuf Basigi and Didi Dramani all did when they were in charge of Ghana's Black Princesses. Now let's talk some swimming. And the Africa Aquatics Swimming Championships 2025 will be happening in Ghana. It is happening between October 3 and 5 at the Poteman Sports Complex. And about 22 countries will be assembling here in Accra. Joining us is the president of Ghana Swimming Association, Madam Delphina Kwe, to have a conversation about Ghana hosting the rest of the continent. Madam Delphina, how are you doing?
Thank you. And how are you too?
I'm good. Thanks for coming. Talk to me about the significance of hosting 22 African countries in the Aquatic Swimming Championship.
It means Ghana is at the top in the zone now. I mean, for you to be able to host the competition, it means you've really gotten yourself prepared. You've really shown how successful you can host this kind of competitions. you've shown the world or Africa that you have the ability, you have the means to host this competition.
And then that also comes with some level of preparations. So in terms of preparations, what are they like? What are the preparations like towards the event?
So for this kind of events, what you first need is a facility.
Yes.
Then you need to get hotels, you need to get buses, you need to get officiating officials, you need to get the swimmers, the athletes who are going to compete. Yes, so these are what it takes to host this competition.
And is Ghana ready on that part?
Ghana is ready.
Because the event is just next week.
Ghana is ready.
Okay.
We have the hotels ready.
Okay.
We've done transportation. We've done. We are ready.
All the other logistics required to be able to host it. Now let's go to the pool. Events like this, definitely, the numbers, for instance, 22 African countries, definitely will be quite competitive. So how do you think Ghana hosting the event will impact the development of swimmers in the country?
When you host, it means you have the opportunity to field more swimmers.
Yes.
And for your people to see what actually happens when we go out for international competitions. It comes close to home.
Yes.
So our swimmers, our officials, everybody concerned with swimming gets to see what happens when we go out there for competitions.
Yes.
Our swimmers become more competitive. They want to be like those in the water. They push themselves harder to make better times so that next time when we have competitions here, they are selected. Our officials learn a lot from the ITOs coming from other countries.
Yes, yes.
So it's cut across for us. We learn a lot and we gain the advantage in our home country.
But also hosting in your home country, others will say there should be some level of pressure on you to be able to achieve a certain level of success. Your conversation with the swimmers or the athletes, is this something that they have at the back of their mind that as a host nation, we need to make our country proud?
They know we need to make our country proud. But before we go to this, we look at the results from other countries,
yes,
the times that they make.
Yes.
And then we try also to bring forth our best swimmers. But then we know that maybe for 50 meters fly, it is not Ghana.
Yeah.
The person coming from maybe Togo is faster than us. But then we put our best swimmer forth for that competition, and we hope that if he doesn't even win that medal, he can reduce his time to make a better time in that competition.
That's very necessary because the times are the most critical thing when it comes to swimming.
Yes.
What would you describe as success in Ghana's organization of this event?
Hosting people, making them comfortable, accepting the way you do things, and being able to come in and say, we appreciate what you did for us. We like your hotels, we like your food, we like the human relations, we like everything. That's a success.
And also talk to me about the continuity this organization brings to your association in terms of the development of swimmers in the country.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we host these things here. We bring the best of the best from around the zone.
Yes.
So our swimmers get to see who this person is, who that name that we've heard.
So that is exposure.
Exposure, yes. And then those who get to swim alongside these names also tend to say, okay, now that I'm being invited to this competition, I have to push myself. I want to swim against this person, and I want to make sure that even if I don't pass him, at least my time will get closer.
That next time, a PB
exactly,
or something.
like a PB. And then next time, maybe swimming alongside him, next time I know how he swims, how his techniques are, and then I can maybe pass him the next competition.
How many swimmers are we
20 swimmers.
20 swimmers.
Yes.
I just add 2 to make it 82.
20 swimmers, yes. Yeah, we are still discussing maybe adding 2. We'll see.
Okay. I've just been told Dr. Frederick Boama has also joined us. In fact, I had Dr. Frederick earlier today on radio. Doc, thanks very much for your time this evening with us here. In fact, I have your president in studio, Madam Delphine Okwe. But talk to me. Earlier when we were talking, you spoke about the fact that it is important Ghana is able to host this event successfully. And if you are to look at what are some of the things required for Ghana to be successful in terms of the organization, what would they be? Doc, are you with me?
Hello?
Doc, are you with me? Did you hear my question?
Yes, I heard your question.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening to your listeners. Good evening to our able president, Mrs. Quay. Thank you for the work you are doing to support the LOC, and to you also for hosting us twice in a day. We are really grateful. So for the competition to be successful, I think all the stakeholders, starting all the way from the ministry to the National Sports Authority, the Federation, the local organizing committee, the swimmers, everybody must play their part. And indeed, as I said earlier on in the day, given how short the notice was, everybody's had to go the extra mile to ensure that we are able to stage a successful competition. Now, one of the key things we wanted to do was to bring corporate Ghana on board and infuse a certain sense of national pride, national identity. So part of our original concept was to tie it in to the Black Star experience, which has proven a bit challenging because we need a bit more time to be able to organize all these facets of the competition. But I can assure you, when it comes to the core business that is supposed to happen from the 3rd to the 5th, which is the swimming event, we are on top of it, and we are going to stage a world-class competition that will meet World Aquatics standards.
Okay. I've just been told Abeku Jackson too has joined us. Abeku, you've toured the world. You've represented a country in many events. Just how important is it for you to be the host of the other swimmers? Because you always travel to meet some of them. Now you are now hosting them. Just how important is it for the swimmers to be the host of this event? Oh, unfortunately, it appears we have challenges getting Abeku. But I hope he comes back to answer that question. but Delphina, I'll just talk about the kind of opportunities this would open up for swimmers, especially young swimmers. Those of us who have not had opportunity of being out there to watch the country actually swim. And you spoke about, they go out there, they meet them, but definitely there should be some level of difference when you are the host. But I'll let Abeku to answer that question. But talk to me about having the chief of staff of the country at the event.
It's an honor. It's an honor to us for him agreeing to be our guest of honor. I mean, who else can we have? The president, yes, but this is the chief of staff.
Yeah.
And we say we are thanking him for agreeing to be at this event. I mean, to show and to support us, to support our cause for this competition. I'm really grateful to him.
Doc, the chief of staff, Julius Deborah, is going to be there. You told me earlier today. What does he bring to the table? What does he add to this event?
Thank you very much. As you know, given the work that you do, swimming, or the country's main focus when it comes to sports, has been football for a very long time. And so having the high hierarchy of political leadership show support for swimming is indicating to the community that swimming is come of age. Swimming is that sport that if we support, there will be visibility. So having the chief of staff there is like having the ears of the right people to speak to. So we are hoping that by the time he leaves, he would add swimming to the agenda or the priorities of the country when it comes to sports.
That would actually be a very good one. I know you have so many issues you would like to tell.
A lot of issues.
But, okay, since you have lots of issues, what are some of the challenges for Ghana Swimming Association that you think must be fixed ASAP?
We need more facilities.
Hey, despite the huge facility at the
Yes,
Bottomless Sports Complex?
It's across the country. People travel from Kumasi, from Takoradi, from all over the regions to come and compete in Accra. But if we have facilities all over the country, then we'll also move, the federation, we'll move from region to region, just to make visibility of swimming known in those places. But now, we are only in Accra.
We are limited.
We are limited. So we want more facilities, and we want the facilities maintained.
Yeah.
Well maintained.
In fact, I don't know if I can say this because I noticed there were some challenges with the swimming pool at the Bottomless Sports Complex. Have you worked on it? Have you worked on it?
We are working on it.
Have you worked or no? You're working on it?
We are working on it. Oh, we've moved to the site and we are cleaning the place now. So by next week, we will be ready.
Is there light?
There is light.
Because they had discarded the light.
There is light. Without lights, we cannot clean the pool. So there is light.
That's true. That's true. Because I noticed a few weeks ago, they had disconnected lights.
The minister really listens to us.
Okay.
Yes. Like you said, there was no light. Yeah. But we went to see him, and he's done his magic. And we have lights now, yes.
You just showed the magic wand.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Chief Director, for all the support and all the help they give to us. We are really grateful.
Thank you very much. And Joy Sports will also be there to give you an extensive coverage of this event. There have been some couple of matches that have happened today, but let's take you through the fixtures of matches that will be happening this weekend as we wrap up Prime Sports tonight. Madam Delphina, thank you very much for your time. I'm extremely grateful. Dr. Frederick Boama, thank you. Abe could join us, but unfortunately, the network issues in Ghana did not allow him to stay on for a while. But these are the fixtures of matches that will be happening in the Ghana Premier League. Castlefok 11 Wonders, Ediona Stars versus All Blacks, Young Apostle versus Dreams FC, Nations FC versus Summertex, Heart of Lions will come against Bechem United, Corella United, they will host Midiama SC, and Vision FC, they will come against Hohoe United. I'm sure Midiama, their head coach, will want to use that to do a party. He got married last weekend. And there will also be a couple of matches that will be happening in England, Spain, Italy, and all over the world. Brentford, Man United, Leeds, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Brighton, Man City, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Liverpool. On Sunday on Sports Arena, we'll bring you commentary of the match between Arsenal and Newcastle United. This is how we wrap up Prime Sports here tonight on Joy News with me, Muftahu Nabila Abla. We appreciate your company. Do not forget to be at the Bottomless Sports Complex between 3rd and 5th October for this year's Africa Aquatics Swimming Championship. Thank you very much for being a part of the show.